What's good, y'all? This is your boy Tony Sway, and I want to talk about my favorite synthesizer of the moment, which is the UDO Super 6. This synthesizer is absolutely phenomenal. I just want to get straight into it and explain to you the reasons why I think this is the best keyboard out right now, present date. Especially, I believe it's the best synthesizer that's been released over the last couple years, between 2021 and 2022. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. First and foremost, this keyboard, if you're into sound design like me, I personally feel every time I'm able to get on the synthesizer, I'm able to come up with something new and innovative. Every time I get on the UDO, I'm able to come up with a new preset that I never heard before, a new type of sound, something new and innovative and fresh every time I get on this particular keyboard. And they've made it so simple. It's not over complicated. There's no LCD screen to go fiddle around with and try to overly deep dive with a bunch of stuff or get overly technical. This is truly a keyboard made for a musician. It's all about feel. It literally is all about feel. It's not so much the technical side. It's more feel for me personally, because the way that they designed it, like I said, it's not about the deep dive. But aside from that, I just think the sound is absolutely phenomenal. And every time I go in there, I'm able to come up with a new sound design. I'm able to do new sound design that I personally never heard before, a new preset that I had never heard before. And that's the most important thing for me, because I don't know if you're like me, if you own a bunch of keyboards, after a certain amount of time, you will get burnt out on particular presets or even custom presets. And for me, what happens with me is after about a year, or a lot of times I'll sell a keyboard after about 5 months, because I've used everything that I wanted to use, and I don't want to keep running those sounds over and over again, unless it's a sound that's like extremely phenomenal, or like for instance, like the my Nord Wave 2, it actually has really great piano, and so I keep it around literally just for the piano and some of the lead sounds, you know what I mean? But a lot of keyboards that I've sold, because even some of the big crazy keyboards like the Matrix 12, the sound design on there is amazing, but it's complicated, and I did a lot of sounds with it, but at the same time, you know, it was too much. As far as, you know, you should try one if you can, don't get me wrong, but for somebody like me, I want to go in there, I want to make a great track, and you want the sound design to be simple if you're trying to produce a lot of music. So again, back to the UDO Super 6, that's one of the reasons why I've had it for over a year, is because every time I get on there, I'm able to create a new preset that I've never heard before, and it just makes making tracks an absolute dream, because I feel like I'm never playing out the sound of the keyboard, because there's always something new. Second reason for the UDO Super 6, why for me it's the greatest synth of the moment, is because it covers it basically covers a lot of sonic ground. So when I go and I produce a track, I tend to do like smooth R&B, slow jam R&B, ambient kind of R&B, chill out, lo-fi R&B, jazzy vibes. And so one of the reasons that I absolutely love it is a lot of tracks I have made have only been, I'm able to produce a whole track just using sounds from the UDO Super 6, and I'll just use my drum sounds on my MPCX. So I'm able to accomplish full tracks that are fully arranged, and they have the bottom end and got the top end. It has all elements in there without actually even having to use another synthesizer, which is so important for me, because it just makes my life simpler, and it actually takes less time, because the sound on here is so pleasing, and I'm able to get all kinds of a variety to basically make my track. So again, it covers a lot of sonic ground. Some of the, it does amazing leads, amazing different kind of pads, a variety of pads. Contrary to what I've seen in some forums, it's actually very capable of producing great fat bass patches if you take your time to design them. You'll hear some of those patches on the pack that I'm gonna release pretty soon here. So it covers so much ground. And some of the presets I can't even describe because they're so unique. That it's just an extremely unique sound. It has a very unique element to some of the presets that you can design on here. Some of the more technical synth guys may be able to describe some of that, but for me, I'm all about feel. I'm not extremely technical. I'm just, I'm a musician. I'm all about feel. I play by ear. I always have. And that's just how I get down. So another one of the reasons why I love the UDO Super 6, aside from being able to create a new sound every time, it being a sonic powerhouse covering a lot of ground. One of the third reasons is one of the more simple things is that the filters and envelopes on here are absolutely crazy. For me personally, like producing like the lo-fi type of Rnbsmoove, those kind of sounds, I usually just come down with the frequency, turn up the res filter like halfway, and I do a lot of patches with those settings, and then I'll just, I'll get crazy with this stuff. Sometimes I won't even look, I'll just kind of just move around until the sound starts forming into something that I like. I try not to think about the technical side so much. I just I keep listening until I hear the sound change into something that I personally like a lot. And so that's one of the other reasons why I absolutely love the keyboard is the filters and envelopes they're super useful. One of the fourth reasons, it's a very simple keyboard to move around, going to gigs. It's very reliable. You can put it in a case. You can carry it around without a case. It's not very heavy, and that makes it super reliable as far as getting from place to place. It's very solid as well, so that comes in handy. So if you do bang it a little bit, I hope you don't, but if you do, it can take a few hits and still go, which is very important for keyboards, especially if you're going from show to show. So that pretty much covers mostly why I absolutely love this keyboard. I might be missing a couple things because there's a lot of reasons why I love it. But this is one of the most important things I almost forgot. One of the most important reasons why I love the UDO is I really believe they got the true stereo sound. I feel like they've done it better than anybody I've ever heard. Any other synthesizer I ever heard. They really got that true stereo sound down, in my opinion. Please just try it for yourself, sound design on there, and see what you think. Let me know if you think it has the best true stereo sound out of all the synthesizers. And I've owned a lot, and there's another 4 synths in there. There's the Moog 1, the Prophet 10, Nord Wave 2, Model 002, all phenomenal synthesizers. But for me, the company that's got the true stereo sound down really, really, really well, UDO Super 6. It something about the way that the sound circulates in the headphones, it feels like it goes right through you. I feel like they've achieved a deeper level of stereo sound. And they talk about that, the creator, George Hearn, talks about that in some of his interviews. And it's not just talk. I mean, they have literally achieved a deeper level of stereo sound. Like it's insane. So that would be the other reason why I like it so much, besides it being just an amazing looking keyboard. It's very striking. It calls you, most people that go into the studio, my home studio, they'll go to this keyboard first because it's visually attractive, right? So, but those are the reasons why the UDO Super 6 is my favorite synth of the moment. Now, will it stay like that? I don't know, but as far as at the moment, this has been the best synthesizer that's been created in the last couple of years as far as what's new. I know there's been reissues, and Dave Smith and Sequential, who I also love, did an amazing job with the Prophet 5 and the Prophet 10s, and that would probably be my second favorite synth right now. It was my first favorite during the first like 5-6 months, but that just happens with me. I switch around what my favorite keyboard is. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one who does it, but musicians, we're vibey people, so whatever we're feeling in the moment is what our favorite thing is. So, but yeah, I think UDO is almost like, I really feel like the creator is like a young Dave Smith. personally. And that's a great thing because Dave Smith is an absolute genius, mastermind, and they're working on a new Oberheim right now, which I can't wait to hear more about. So yeah, I'm a synthaholic, man, all the way down to the core. I became a synthaholic at about 13 years old. I became a synthaholic. I used to go into Radio Shack and play the Radio Shack keyboards and the Casio keyboards they had in there, and stay in there for hours till it was dark, and I didn't even realize it. And that's where I developed my synth addiction, which is a great addiction because I turned it into a job, a lifestyle, a website to sell beats and everything. So again, getting back to the main point, UDO Super 6, try it out for yourself. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I'm just an enthusiastic owner of one of them. So be on the lookout for my preset pack that I'm about to drop. I think I will include maybe 15 to 20 of my favorite presets that I created on here. Just the best of what I feel I have done on there. And so that will be dropping very soon. This is your boy Tony Sway. I'm super excited about making more tracks with this keyboard. Stay in touch. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. God bless y'all. Peace.